This is an Icon Ministry production with the support of our ministry partners and donors.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I bet a lot of priests across Australia, across the world, today will be trying to explain the Trinity. Yes, we can give analogies. Yes, we can try and explain who the Trinity is. But I would rather help you understand what the Trinity is rather than who the Trinity is. Yes, we cannot understand fully that they are three persons, but they are one. But why are they one? What makes them one? It is the selflessness. It is the love that they have for one another. Now, throughout all of the Old Testament, the history of trying to figure out who God is, from the beginning of Genesis to when Jesus came, it was about, and even in many other religions, it's all about appeasing God. It's about pleasing God, making sure that we do the right thing before God, for fear of death. If we don't obey God, then we're going to go to hell. If we obey God, then we're going to go to heaven, which stands, it does stand. But many of us are living in the Old Testament. We're still living in the distant God relationship, that I do things for God, and that's all that matters. I see this on X, on Twitter. I see this on social media so many times. Elon Musk put on a tweet. He put on X and he said, how many of you believe that Jesus died on the cross? And the reason why he asked this, I don't know, maybe he was trying to get some statistical data. But so many people answered that they believe and some who don't. But some, and which was a common answer, were saying, look, I just do what is right. I just do what I'm kind to others, I'm good to others, and that's all that matters. But the question I ask is, how good is good enough to get you to heaven? The reality is you cannot get to heaven by doing good. There's never anything good enough, because if there's anything good enough, there's something that's bad enough. How do you measure getting to heaven? It is ultimately about relationship. It's about a relationship of love. Jesus, who lifts us up and takes us into this relationship. But where does Jesus take us? He takes us through the power of love. He takes us to Abba, to Daddy. And I say this on purpose, Abba, Daddy. This is how Jesus addressed the Father, as Abba, Daddy, Daddy God. Because he knows that in that relationship with Daddy God, it is not about what we do, appeasing the Father, but a Daddy God impression is a God who you throw your hands in the air and say, Daddy. And all you need to say is Daddy. And all of a sudden, Daddy lifts you up and holds you to him and brings you to him. So this is what the Trinity is about. It's about relationship. It's about Jesus who came to show us the way, the Holy Spirit who gives us the power to live in that way, and Abba, Daddy, who lifts us up because of Jesus who made a way for us. Complicated? But I just want to leave you with this. Stop thinking it's about what you do. Stop thinking that getting to heaven is about your good work. You're never, ever going to be good enough to get to heaven. But the good, amazing news is that Jesus makes the way for us to get to heaven. And in that way, allows us to be embraced by Daddy God, who lifts us up to him in this loving embrace.
This production is only made possible because of the generous support of Icon Ministry partners and donors. Please go to iconministry.com/support to make a donation.